Hey guys, Sandman here for the deck of the month for July, even though I'm a few days off. Don't mind it. So anyways, we'll get it going. It is Dark Gaia OTK, so we'll get going. One, Neo-Spacian Grand Mole. He's just here for a little bounce, but he's a rock monster, so he does help the deck. Other than that, you just kind of pop off opponent's monsters that you don't need on the field right now, so it's pretty nice. It's monster removal in this case. One, the Dark Hex Sealed Fusion. What this does, I can substitute it for a fusion material monster. So it's pretty nice. I can substitute only the name of the monster. That's the only part I can do. So I have to be careful which one I want to substitute, because usually most cases if I use it with certain cards, it's usually gone from the game after I use it. But it's pretty nice. It's a rock and it's dark, so that makes a difference in the game later on. One, Phantom and Chaos. I have about 5 targets I can copy, or monsters I should say, that I can copy and then use their effects. So it's pretty nice. Other than that, it's their target usually in most cases. One Snipe Hunter, copy it, Phantom copy, so to speak. So other than that, he dumps cards, destroys, and actually gets rid of Stardust, because Stardust cannot destroy or negate something that is not for sure if it's going to destroy anything. So he helps get rid of Stardust if I can't get rid of it another way. One Evil Hero Infernal gainer. This guy's actually more key to the deck than it may seem. The reason why is during my main phase 1, I can remove this guy from play to have one face-up Fiend type monster I control, and then from there on, as long as that monster remains on the field, that Fiend monster, it can attack attack twice per battle phase. So I can, and then after my second standby phase, after he's removed, he comes back. So he's 1600 attack, 0 defense sadly, but he is pretty nice otherwise. Now, 2 Koa'ki Sandman. He's actually in here for good reason. One, he's 1900 attack, he's a normal summon, so it's nice. But besides that, is when I go for a push, push for game, this guy can negate at least a trap card if they try to, say I mirror force you, I can just tribute him instead, and then, continue to smash my opponent. So he's really nice. That's the main reason why he's in here. So when I go for game pushes, I summon this guy and try to push for game. And 1900 gets over most stuff anyway, so it's pretty nice. 2 Guardians, pretty much for the same reason, but only monsters. I decided to include both of these because they do some negation in case I can't get my OTK going. I can at least kind of fight my opponent off. So it's not pure OTK, it's a little bit of beatdown, sort of, so to speak. 1 Cauis. I only run 1, 2's a little too much. But I run this guy mainly just so I can remove stuff if I want to, if I have the time. And like I said, if I can't get my OTK going, at least I have something to kind of keep my opponent back. 1 Evil Hero Malicious Edge. He's a Fiend. He also is pretty nice. If I have a monster in the field already, and my opponent has a monster, it's my turn, I haven't summoned yet, I can actually tribute this guy with 1 tribute because they have a monster, so that's all he needs. So he can actually summon himself with 1 tribute. Gorz, basic, Fiend, and Dark, and big beat stick. 1 Scourge Norleras. He's in here mainly for a trade-in target and Phantom and Chaos in case I need to blow up the field. So Demise came Armageddon, same thing but only just a little different. Other than that, he's just here for Alur and trade-in. So 3 Gaia Plate, the Earth Giant. This guy I don't run Vicarion for a certain reason, because 1, this guy can actually be summoned versus Vicarion where he can't despite the 700 attack bonus. I'd rather just run this guy instead because I can actually just remove, like, say, a Sandman and Guardian and then just push. Plus this guy can have the attack and defense of when it's attacking or it is in battle versus a monster. So that's the only reason I run this guy. But he has 2800, so he's still pretty good. 1 Belial Marquis of Darkness, I think that's how I say it. The only reason why I run this is because I can summon it if I ever have to, but mainly is when I bring it out through a certain way, which I'll show you later. If my opponent goes like Deep Prison, the target switches to this guy. If you use a monster, monster effects don't count. But if they attack, this guy's the target. If they use a Spell Trap card that targets, it has to target this guy, so he takes over. If my opponent says I book a moon, let's say Evil Dark Gaia, they actually have to target this guy. So it protects me at certain times. It's really nice though. 2 Grander Golems, 3's too much, but it still does the purpose. So, but that's pretty much all he is. He's just mainly for Allure, Trade-In, and Fusion. So that's all he is for. Now to the spells. Oh, about the monsters real quick. there's 11 fiends and 9 rocks. So just so you know, because that does play a role in the deck. 1 enemy controller. In case I push for game, they Gorz or Trigodi at me, I can either switch position or take it. So that's one reason I run it. Megamorph. If my life points lower to my opponent, I can doubly attack one of my monsters and just beat them down. Now for the draw power, 1 card destruction and hand destruction. Mainly just to thin the deck down. This is nice. I can mess up my opponent's strategy if they're playing like Infinities. And card destruction, well, same way. So it's pretty nice. 1 allure. I have a total of 10 targets, so it's worth the time. And Dark Healed, or the Dark Hex Healed Fusion counts too, because he's dark, so it's pretty nice. 3 trade-in. I have 8 targets, so that's almost 1 of these for every 3 monsters, but only if I ran 9 it would be. But what I do is I discard a level 8 monster and then draw 2 cards. 1 monster reincarnation, a magical stone. These are actually really nice. They're in my retrieval. One reason why I don't run more draws is because sometimes I need to get back certain cards, so these do help. But other than that, that's all there. And after I do all of my discarding and drawing, I play Dark Fusion. This is great because I can actually use the monsters from my hand or on my side of the field and fuse them. And the cool part is for the turn that this is activated, spell, trap, monster effects cannot target the monsters that was summoned by this. So it's really nice. 3 Dark Calming. Here is the OTK factor. I remove from play either my hand or graveyard or combination of to summon a monster that was a fiend, but it's in this case usually an evil hero in any case. And the coolest part is this counts as Dark Fusion, so but otherwise this is the main card you want to try to draw. Heavy Storm, Giant Trunade, kind of basic, clear the field. No MST because it takes up too much space in this case. For the traps, the few that I do, return. This is where Belial is nice. If I move it from a lure and I go for game, I can just activate this. It's 28 beats, and if I activate Dimensional Prison, it removes her. But otherwise, I have so much removal in the deck. I have Allure, Phantom of Chaos, Gaia Plate, if I summon him, that is, and Dark Calling. So I do use a lot of removal, so this is where it comes in, is return. 1 Toronto Tribute, a little bit of defense. And then when I go for a game, I also have Royal Decree. So I don't really negate much of my own traps that often because I don't have that many, so it's only 2 others. But this does help. Despite the fact it may seem slow, it is still nice. For the extra deck, 1 Evil Hero Infernal Sniper. This guy's nice if I'm in defense. During my standby phase, it burns point by 1,000, and the cool part is that he's not targeted or destroyed by, I should say, not destroyed by spell cards. 1 Infernal Wing, Evil Hero Infernal Wing. This pierces and inflicts damage to the opponent equal to the monster that was destroyed, either the highest attack or highest defense, whichever is higher. So it burns the opponent major time, but yeah. 1 Evil Hero Lightning Golem. Once per turn I can destroy a monster for free, it's very nice. The main boss monster right here, Evil Hero Dark Gaia. What happens is that when I fusion summon Rock and a Fiend type monster, which is the only way to make this guy, he gets the attack of the monsters that were fused to make him. So if I use a Gaia Plate and then Dark or Grander Golem, that's 5,800 attack points. And when he attacks, I can switch the position of my opponent's monsters all to attack position. And if there's flip effects like Critical, they won't activate. So this really makes them, you know, it punishes them a lot. 1 Evil Hero Wild Cyclone. It has an Ancient Gear effect where he attacks and spell trap cards can be activated. And if he inflicts just an instant bit of damage, he can destroy all face down spell trap cards they control. And the last one, Evil Hero Malicious Fiend. This is the fusion material between Malicious Edge, which you saw earlier, and a level 6 or higher Fiend type monster, which I can make real easily. And if my opponent starts their battle phase and is not aware of his effect, they have to switch all their monsters to attack position and attack this guy. And it's 3,500. So then for a side deck, for a little fun, Magical Merchant. Most of the deck gets rid of your monsters and more spells and traps depending on which run. Amateur Heroes, Avian, Burst, Trix, Clayman, Wildheart, and Stratos. This is the hero version, that's why I run the extra Evil Heroes in this fusion deck. And help search them out. 1 one emergency call, so emergency call. Search out Stratos or whatever, so this is more of like your fun side deck, so it's not competitive, it's just more fun side deck if you want to switch it up a little bit. So that's it, guys, and remember, Dark Gaia, Poems all. So yeah, pretty much it, guys, and peace out.